Oh, wow. What a game this was in Brooklyn. The Heat just edged out the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn, New York in overtime as they win this one 96-95 in overtime. And for the first time in nearly 5 years, a team wins in overtime that is held under 100 points. So no team has 100 points in this game in overtime, and that hasn't happened in nearly 5 years. I saw the Basketball Reference next, and I just thought I'd point that out. But, wow, so much to say about this one. It was an ugly start, and then third quarter, we took off, and we did just enough to win this one. Now, there were some things to say. Obviously, there's some things to say. Let's look at the box score, as we're going to start with the Heat because they are the road team in this snowy night. And yes, it's snowing outside. As Jovic, who may start again, has 5 points in him. 3-pointer and one more on the points. He has 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Welcome back, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler comes back in this game, and he has scored 31 points. 31 points on his return. He wasn't just playing. He wasn't just playing around. He was playoff Jimmy in this scenario. 31 points, 8 for 12 in field goals, 15 for 16 in free throws, and he has 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Bam Adebayo has 11 points, which would mean this: 20 rebounds. Are they going to take that away too? I hope not. 20 rebounds for Bam Adebayo. He has yet another double-double. And that is he's finally reached 20 in his career, I believe, twice. The first time it happened against the Lakers was BS. They removed it just because. And then along with that, he has 4 assists and a steal and a block. So great game defensively by Bam Adebayo. Kyle Lowry, just 2 points, that was one in the paint. He has 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. And Tyler Herro, I think Tyler Herro saved our asses in this game, and that's why I'm wearing this jersey. He has scored 29 points, 4 for 11 and 3-pointers, and those are all clutch 3-pointers, especially in the third quarter and in overtime, especially. He also has 11 rebounds, so he has a double-double. He also has 2 assists in this game. And off the bench, well, you got Josh Richardson making 3-pointers, and Caleb Martin, they both have 9 points. But Josh Richardson has 5 rebounds, and assists, and a block, while Caleb Martin also has 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and a block. For Brooklyn, we're going to start with Dorian Finney-Smith, who has 5 points in this game, 1 3-pointer and 1 more in the field, and 2 more in the free throws, actually. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. The next is Cam Johnson with 6 points. He is 3 for 13 in field goals, 2 rebounds as well. Mikal Bridges with 26 points, 2 3-pointers, 10 for 24 in field goals, 4 for 4 in free throws, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Claxton with 9 points, 4 for 9, and plus the N1, 14 rebounds in his name, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. So he's more of a defensive mindset player, for sure. And then you got Spencer Dinwiddie with 3 points, just a 3-pointer. And Dinwiddie didn't play too much in this game, as he's having a very, very off year, as far as I heard with Dinwiddie. He does not have any rebounds. He does have an assist and 3 steals. So that's a positive for him. Now off the bench, couple of key pointers is Royce O'Neal with 15 points. 5 3-pointers, and that all adds up to 15. And he has 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. So there's your power forward there. And then the other guy, Dennis Smith Jr. with 8 points, 1 3-pointer, a couple of field goals, and free throw. He also has 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and a block. I mean, that's some defensive play he has for a point guard. And then, of course, you got Cam Thomas. He is just scorching. I'm surprised he's not even a starter, because he played 32 minutes. He has played more minutes than 3 starters in combined. And he has 23 points, 2 3-pointers, 2 for 10, 7 for 20 in field goals, 7 for 7 in free throws, 2 rebounds, 3 assists for Cam Thomas. So we'll talk about the 3-pointers in a little bit while. So we're going to break this game down. As for Miami, we start off with the Brooklyn face-off win, and there will be a cold streak to start off the bat. And it was a dunk by Bam would be the first one going, and then Dinwiddie, his only points in the entire game came from this 3-pointer. And then Butler, welcome back Jimmy Butler, who would make that dunk to get back up. Jovic with the 2-point shot. Tyler Hero with the 2-point shot to make it 8-3, and then Claxton makes a shot there, pull-up 3-pointer by Mikal Bridges. He trying to stay ahead, but then the Nets go on a run. The Nets go on a run there with Cam Thomas, Dennis Smith Jr., Claxton. Bam Adebayo makes this layup, and then Cam Thomas would make those shots in as the first quarter would end 22-16. Okay, not bad. And then in the second quarter, Josh Richardson starts off with the technical free throw because Claxton gets called for a defensive 3 seconds. And that's when after Claxton makes this dunk. So a little bit of response to technical there. And Claxton would respond with the layup there, plus the and one. So I guess honors even. Bam with the alley-oop dunk. He literally hopped up like a rocket ship. On the sky he goes. He's flying like Buzz Lightyear. And then slams the basketball down. Oh my word, that was some dunk by Bam. I mean, that was awesome. But then Caleb Martin gets called for defensive 3 seconds. So Cam Thomas gets a technical free throw. Okay, great. Royce O'Neal with the 3-pointer, and then Nets go on this run. And the Heat got themselves into some problems in the second quarter. This was a terrible second quarter. We only scored 15 points in the second quarter, and they scored 23. And so Brooklyn's balling. Jimmy Butler's trying to get back it within. Tyler Hero with the shots. Mikal Bridges with a tip-in, pull-up shot. And another 2-pointer. By the time the second quarter ends, it was 45-31 Brooklyn. An awful first half by Miami, just awful. So then they start off with a driving layup, and then Tyler Hero makes 2 3-pointers in a row. This will be the first 3-pointer in the whole game for Miami, and it took roughly about 26 minutes game time for it to happen. That's roughly about an hour and a half that it took real time. Finally has a 3-pointer, and Tyler Hero did not stop. Butler makes a dunk. Miami goes on this run to get back down within 4. And then another floater shot for Tyler Hero. So that's great. Finney Smith Jr. with the 3-pointer to ensure them. Hero with the floating jump shot. Jovic with the 3-pointer. And then Jimmy Butler ties the game up with a driving layup. Cameron Johnson with a driving layup as well. And then we tied up again with the floater. And then for whatever freaking reason, I don't know why, I really have no idea why, Tyler Hero rebounds. He passes to Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler was the other side of the court, and they called Butler for flopping, which would mean a technical foul. Even the Nets broadcasters were confused by this technical. At the very least, you could have at least given Bam a hanging freaking baskets, which everyone does that. So I'm trying to be fair, but flopping? What? What did he do? He did not flop. He was just trying to make a play. And, a normal play like any other Heat player would do. This happens all season long. Why give him a technical there? And Butler, he didn't even do anything. He did not do anything. All he was trying to do was be a wide receiver, trying to catch the basketball, and then go for a dunk. Go for a touchdown dunk. But that is the stupidest technical foul I've seen in quite some time. And then, of course, Mikal Bridges makes a technical free throw. Spoelstra was pissed off. Butler was questioning the officials. It was just a confusing scene in Brooklyn. And that would anger Jimmy Butler. You'll see why. So Butler makes those 2 free throws. Mikal Bridges with the layup in, plus the and one. Josh Richardson with a 3-pointer to get back up. Dennis Smith with the shot there, and then we get back up within by Caleb Martin 3-pointer. Awesome. And then free throws there by Jimmy Butler, O'Neal with the 3-pointer, Caleb Martin with the driving layup, and Dennis Smith with another 3-pointer, and then Cam Thomas with a 3-pointer. And the Nets go back up within. And then Butler makes a driving layup, more free throws in, and that would close the third quarter. As the third quarter score would be 68-69 Brooklyn. And the Heat outscored them 37-24 in the third quarter. Much improved, and it's because of the Tyler Hero's 3-pointers and nice slick plays. That's what's given us a fighting chance. Royce O'Neal with the 20, and then we start with the 3-pointer made by Royce O'Neal that would give the Nets up by 4. Bam Adebayo the pull-up jump shot. Josh Richardson the 3-pointer that would get back in the lead for the Heat. And then Heat go on a run again. So awesome. And then Mikal Bridges with the layup in to get back up. And then layup in for Butler. Mikal Bridges with a 3-pointer. And then they're down by 2 with 5 minutes, 27 seconds left. Free throws, he missed one, and then second one's made by Butler. Cameron Johnson with the jumper in. Butler with the 2-point. And now Butler's going off. He is. So, jumper made. Cold streak. There, Tyler Hero makes the first free throw, then he misses the second one. O'Neal with that 3-pointer that makes them down within 2, and then free throws, and then Tyler Hero make the floating jump shot. They get back within. Cam Thomas with more free throws. Those are stupid fouls. And then after that, when they recapture the lead, another floater by Tyler Hero, and then the Heat get back up by 1 twice. And then Cam Thomas had a good look on the left side. He misses the 3-pointer. The Heat rebounded the basketball. And then Claxton gets called for a loose ball foul. And then Bam has the opportunity to win us the game. He misses the first free throw, but makes the second one. So, okay. And then freaking Cam Thomas, or no, it wasn't Cam Thomas. It was actually Mikal Bridges who had the basketball, initiated the contact for Tyler Hero, and Hero fails for it, gets called for a foul. The Heat challenged it as maybe a couple of theories. One theory could be is the fact that this they can get the clock back, which it was at 3.7 was in the clock, and then to get back and to have the clock back up to 4.1 would be a smart thing. And then maybe the other theory could be is that they want to have more time to talk to the players, give them a little bit more of a breathing room, and they get back there because that was a foul. They're going to call it a foul anyway. So, and then what's the strategy here? Well, we have one timeout left. Give them a little bit of breathing room. What's the plan when we need Mikal Bridges to what happens there? Because he's going to make the both free throws, and he did. So we need to end it right here as Butler, as we come out of timeout to advance to the other side of the courts. Butler has the basketball, and he missed the pull-up jump shot. And for the first time this season, the Miami Heat go to overtime. Great. Just like what happened with the Knicks. He misses the game winner. But this one goes to overtime. So, we go to overtime for the first time this season. Basically, you have 5 minutes. You have 5 more minutes to win the game, or else it's over. So, for the third time this season for the Nets, they are Going to play in overtime. They're 0 for 2 at this point. Cam Thomas wins the tip-off as they make their first bucket with the driver layup by Cam Thomas. Okay, great. And Royce O'Neal makes that three-pointer to be up by 5. Not great. Then there'll be a cold streak. There'll be some rebounds there as the three-pointers were not falling down for the Heat at this point. Until finally, the Nets cold streak still continues. Finally, Tyler Hero coming in clutch as he finally makes this three-pointer to get back down within 2. And then Mikal Bridges gets called for, no, he didn't get called for anything. He makes that 2-point shot. That's not fair. And then now we're down by 4 at this point. Tyler Hero just has to chuck it up. And he makes this three-pointer, and now we're down by 1. That's great. That is absolutely amazing. And then this happened. This happened right here. So, what happened was Claxton had the basketball, and then he was trying to shoot the basketball. The ball was bouncing on the basket a few times, and then Claxton comes back up and then tries to tip it in as the ball was bouncing on the basket. By rule, that's an offensive interference. That would be no basket anyway. And the referees took some time to take a look at this, and they have determined that that was indeed offensive interference. That is a correct call and they're going by what the rule book is saying. Okay. The Nets commentary was not pleased by this. They're saying it doesn't make any sense. Blah blah blah. And the Heat commentary said it makes sense. I mean, it's the bias is clearly there. I'm just saying, for me, I know what the rule book says. And basically, it's an offensive interference if the ball was still hanging on top of the basket, and it was. So Claxton gets called for a offensive interference, so that he has the basketball. Jimmy Butler has the basketball. Dennis Smith Jr. Fouled him, and Jimmy Butler would finish off with 2 free throws. The Nets did not call a timeout. They would advance the ball from the other side of their own paint. To advance the ball, Mikal Bridges would make the pull-up shot, and he misses. It misses to his right. Tyler Hero makes that rebound, and the clock winds down to 0, and that's it. Miami Heat has won this game 96-95 in Brooklyn, and I think we finally won in Brooklyn after 2 years. And I remember the date well. It was March 3rd, 2022. You know where I was on March 3rd, 2022? At that time, it was called FLA Live Arena. And the Florida Panthers were taking on Ottawa Senators. I was there. That was fun. That was very fun. But the Heat pull up. I would say this. I know the record doesn't think so, but I'm going to say it anyway because how much we struggled. This was an upset win. This was an upset win against the Nets, and we pulled through. We have definitely pulled through. Okay, so when we look at the team stats, the Miami Heat's field goal percentage is not 97. Imagine that would be like perfect. 37.9 field goal percentage, as the Brooklyn Nets field goal percentage is 34.3. So we're edged out that one, as the Brooklyn Nets took far more shots than the Heat did. It kind of feels like they deserved to win this game, and they did. But the Heat was resilient, and I think this was this wasn't the first comeback win of the season. No, but the very rare time I said the Heat has come back to win this game, they did, because the Nets' largest lead was 16. I'll talk about that in a few moments, but let me continue on. 3-point percentage, 25.8%. The Heat, which is 4 more percent than the Nets did, was 21.8%. And the Nets was 12-55. That was the big, right there is, I believe, is the big difference. 12 for 55. That means they have missed 43 more shots than how many they made. So 55 minus 12. Let me just make sure. 55 minus 12.
It's 43.
43. Okay, so 43 missed shots. Not 42. For Brooklyn. That's bad. And them missing and that's why we had a little bit more rebounds than they did is what made the key difference here. Free throws, Brooklyn was nearly perfect with 15, 16, 93.8%, as the Heat missed 3 with 22 to 25 free throws, 88%. Miami out rebounds Brooklyn by 4. And then the assists, Brooklyn. Steals, Brooklyn. Blocks, Brooklyn. Turnovers, Heat, which was bad. We had one more fast break point than Brooklyn did. Points in paint, definitely equal. Fouls, almost evened out. Two technicals from the Heat. One was a defensive 3 seconds, and the other was a stupid flopping technical on Butler, which was, he didn't even do anything. And one defensive 3 seconds for Brooklyn. And when you look at the points off turnovers, 13 of them came from Miami. So, when you look at the stats, it kind of feels like Brooklyn kind of deserved to win this game. But the difference of why they didn't is because the 3-point percentage. That was kind of a reason why they ended up not winning. Because if they made more 3-pointers, they would have certainly won this game, and the game would never even be close. This would have been a quicker quicker recap video than this is right now. So there's that. And the Heat survived, upsetted the Brooklyn Nets in Brooklyn, and they did this without Jaime Jaquez and Kevin Love. And I hope Jaime Jaquez gets better soon, as well as Kevin Love. I hope they both get back soon. Because we do have a winnable, and I say winnable loosely. We have a winnable game against Toronto on Wednesday at 7:30, going up to Canada. So there's that, and then you got the weekend of Southeast opponents, which is against Atlanta, who is not having its great season so far. But then you play back to back against Orlando in Orlando, Florida. So, but the Heat has an advantage over Southeast opponents, so can we continue? But anyway, that's good to do for this video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, no, I did not go into the game. I probably should have. But anyway, there you go. That's good to do for this video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video and the game, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TVG is back. And when he does, he'll be right there with the entertainment you deserve. This was a stressful game, but it was worth the stress, because we got this W, and it was a big W, and we have won 3 straight games coming off the loss of Oklahoma State Thunder. Let's continue this win streak. Let's continue this win streak. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys Wednesday, because tomorrow we are off. I might make a video or two tomorrow. Maybe it's a perfect time to do a Dolphin or Hurricanes season review. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.